get you. It's tough, but we're gonna get by.
What the hell are you doing in my bathroom?
It gives us great acoustics.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. What the hell are you doing in my bathroom?
We're your backup singers. We've been told to cover any of the musical numbers to ensure that you don't sing.
What? Stay here.
Hello, sweetie.
Maribeth, are you responsible for that group of singers in my bathroom?
No, but that would be awesome. Can I borrow them when you're done?
Hang on.
Anyway, I'm here to be your counterpoint.
What are you talking about? Counterpoint to what? Oh no.
Oh, yes. That's right, Soundbite, or David, or whatever you're calling yourself now. Time for payback for High School Musical.
Oh. Glee. You couldn't go anywhere for a while without hearing about the show, the controversy that surrounded its creator, or the bloody mashups and covers all over the internet. I remember seeing a promo for the show and thinking, hey, this looks interesting. But then I watched the show, and God, how I hated it. But my girlfriend at the time and my parents thought it was great. Then my wedding clients thought it was great. Then I was stuck playing it at weddings, parties, corporate events. There was no escape from me! It chipped away at my sanity. But through sheer willpower, I managed to ignore it. And eventually, the popularity started fading, and it just became another fandom. I put it out of my head, and never gave it another thought. Until now! Why, demon? Why do you torment me? Why am I looking at this piece of garbage?
Well, here's the thing. I'm up for a promotion, and the powers that be want to see how I would do in a managerial position. So they said to find 2 souls and put them through the ringer. I needed to find someone who is good.
Hello!
And someone who is not.
Hey!
You should take that as a compliment. You're already on 4 fandoms' hit lists. That's impressive even by our standards.
Come on, Dave, it'll be fun. I'll sing. You'll attempt to sing.
I certainly will not.
That's why we're giving you the use of our demonic glee club for the day.
One of these guys looks 30.
It's a long program. What can I say? Nothing says eternal damnation quite like being stuck in high school.
Okay, fine. We'll review Glee. But we're gonna do this my way. There'll be songs. There'll be critiquing. And I think everything we can get from Glee can be summed up by looking at the pilot episode. But don't expect any punches to be pulled. So without further ado, let's ask the question. Is Glee a good show? Hit it!
Let's get down to business to review this show.
The fires of hell are waiting with a deep red glow.
It's the crappiest show he's ever seen, but you can bet before it's through.
Ladies, he'll convince you that it's true.
I was going to do a play-by-play on the first episode, but then Miss Nightmare and Shark Jumping decided to just get in there and say everything I was going to say. Seriously, do reviewer dibs mean nothing anymore? So, just for our benefit, here is the briefest of summaries about the pilot episode. Will Schuester wants to run the Glee Club. Nobody wants to be in Glee Club except the school outcasts. Rachel Berry wants to be a star. Finn likes football but secretly likes to sing. Will blackmails Finn with a fake drug charge to make him join Glee. Will's wife gets pregnant so he quits Glee to focus on his family. Finn stands up for the bullied kids and says he's going to be both a footballer and a Glee member. Will comes back after an inspirational song. There, that should be a good enough recap for the 0.1% of you who managed to avoid this entertainment piece. So here's my problem with the show. It promotes bullying and sends a really bad message to children.
Interesting point. Maribeth, your rebuttal?
Your face is stupid.
Also a good point.
Well, let's look at the opening. As in the first 35 seconds. From the very beginning of the episode to the end, the show opens with the Cheerios rehearsing their routine. But instead of encouragement, they get abuse from a teacher. Now, encouraging your students and pushing them to do better is perfectly fine. But this...
You think this is hard? Try being waterboarded. That's hard.
I don't think this is sending the right message to people as a first impression.
Oh, lighten up, it's funny. Okay, if you think about it, she's only trying to get them to do their hardest to not give up. She's never gonna give them up, never gonna let them down.
Talking about living with Hep C is funny?
You think this is hard? I'm living with hepatitis. That's hard.
Well, no, not when you think about it, but since you brought it up, let's talk about Sue Sylvester for a moment, played by the amazing Jane Lynch. Okay, I honestly really like Sue in the pilot. She wasn't overly evil, she wasn't the bad guy, she was just a really determined coach who wanted to ensure that her team got what she thought they deserved. Which is basically, got what she wanted. So, it's pretty much after that point that she got too completely ridiculous for words.
She was always way too ridiculous for words.
I'll admit as it went on she got real nasty. They weren't kidding when they called her, well, a witch. But see, in those first few days, before the stakes were raised, Sue tried to help and wasn't such a bitch. True? Yes. And she really tried to talk to William Schuster, even though he failed to see it quite like that. Now, dear David, please don't cry, or pout, or moan, or sigh, because what she did next on her behalf, poor unfortunate souls, that's what she saw. Glee kids want to be popular, Cheerios already are, so does she help them? No, not really. Because those poor unfortunate souls are in her way. You see, Sue hates to share the spotlight, and with them things start to change, and does she hate that? Yes, indeed. In fact, she kind of starts going crazy. Not in that episode, mind you, but eventually her helpful suggestions that people stay where they are turn into full-on hatitude.
Yeah, in later seasons, she does go full-on supervillain.
Yep, this is sure encouraging me to watch a series about people who are abusing their power over children. Speaking of which...
What I did then was the blackest moment of my life. You want to tell me how long you've had a drug problem?
I don't even know who the chronic lady is.
Look, if we're up to me, we wouldn't have mandatory bi-weekly afternoon locker checks.
But I've never seen that before, Mr. Shue, I swear. It's not mine. I'll pee in a cup. I'll pee.
Look,
Go on, girls. Defend this. I dare you. I double dare you. Show me how this scene in any way is okay. Will wants and needs Finn to join the Glee Club so Rachel doesn't leave, and so he blackmails a student with a drug charge, threatens him with losing his scholarship, and guilts him into it because of his mum, who is not well. Yeah, tell me again how amazing this show is. You changed your clothes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, so sue me. I have a lot of pretty clothes, and a show like Glee needs multiple costume changes. Well, it's entertaining by the fact that the camera pans up to the sign on the wall that says, first priority is help the children. Okay, look, it was a great lead-in to find out about Finn's past. His father died when he was really young, and his mother had raised him since birth, and, she was trying to give him this best life possible. And you see the struggle with everything she was trying to do to make that happen. The one thing that actually made her happy was the lawn guy named Darren, who was the local lawn man, whatever, who was playing great music when he would hang out with Carol, the mom, and Finn at the house. And it was through that Finn learned that not only did he love music, but he could sing. He was good at it. And I don't know, he enjoyed it, so that made him happy. Eventually, Darren the lawn man leaves, and you see Carol break down and Finn watching. It also kind of solidifies, the way Finn feels about his mom. They're very, very close. And honestly, as their relationship grows over the next few years, I think it's one of the best things about the show. And spoilers, when he passes away in the episode The Quarterback, well, before, but that scene that she has breaking down about not knowing how to be a parent without a child is one of the most incredible moments of the series. Like, seriously, there were like all the tears.
Oh well, I'm sure glad that justifies blackmailing a student with a fake drug charge.
Yeah, sorry, honey. I'm gonna have to side with David on this one. Opposition knows that is a really evil thing to do, but it does come across as very creepy and abusive. The fact that we get Finn's backstory and find out about his relationship with his mother further adds to that abuse. Now, granted, Finn turns out to like it, but that's beside the point. If someone kidnaps you and throws you in a cage with other prisoners and you happen to meet the love of your life there, it doesn't justify the actions of the kidnappers. Also, in retrospect, given what happened with Cory Monteith in real life, awkward!
Let's get Will Schuester out the way while I'm also on a roll. He is by far the most selfish and irresponsible person on the show.
Okay, that's a bit harsh. Yes, he's trying to relive his glory days, but at the same time, he really does care about these kids. Those constant pandering to Rachel. Gee.
That's just it. Will's more into this for his own high school nostalgia than he is for the kids or the love of music. That's why he's willing to do things like blackmailing Finn into joining the club by faking a drug charge, and why he never really seems to have any good ideas about what they should do. He's too self-centered himself to be the inspirational teacher he'd like to think he is.
Okay, look, I'll grant you, he's not perfect, okay? But Glee made him happy, and I think he's doing the same for these kids, which sometimes leads to him overdoing it.
Like blackmailing students.
Yes, like blackmailing hits. Hey!
Okay, let's look at this show as if Will was considered an absolute bastard. He ignores students who are getting bullied. The moment Sandy loses his job, he thinks how he can gain from it. He hides things from his wife. He needs someone to play off Rachel, so he plants drugs on a student. Then he doesn't apologize to the gym guy for doing so, or follow through on his promise to put in a good word with Emma. He decides to quit being a teacher, leaving the kids in the lurch, because he wants to get a better paying job. And finally, this line.
So does this mean you're staying?
It would kill me to see you win nationals without me.
Defend him. I dare you. You can't, can you? You know why? Because he's a completely irredeemable character.
He's just a regular Joe with a regular job. He's your average white suburbanite slob. He likes football and singing and starts little wars. He's got an average house with a nice hardwood floor. His wife and his job, his puzzles and his car, his feet on his table, and he plays his guitar. But sometimes that just ain't enough to keep a man like him interested. Oh no, no way. No, he's gotta go out and have fun at someone else's expense. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Turns a blind eye to the kids that are gay as they get beat up. It's just another school day. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. What an asshole. He's an asshole. He's an asshole. Such an asshole.
He's an asshole!
Diva!
Sorry, it's just too damn catchy. Let's turn our attention away from asshole number one and talk about some of the kids in the show and the overall message it projects about bullying and fitting in.
But no, I didn't get to defend Will Schuester, and I had some really good points to make.
Hey, what Diva says goes. She is a force of pure evil, you know.
Fine. The kids. So you have Kurt, bullied mini Ryan Murphy. Let's just call it what it is, okay? Mercedes, the hell to the no diva. Tina, the goth Asian. Artie, the kid in a wheelchair, who is supposed to be this huge dork in very second place, although honestly his singing voice is far superior to Finn's. Cory Monteith is very talented, but Artie's better. Just saying. Finn is the tormented tenor football player, and Rachel fucking Berry. Let me just let me get this out of the way. I think Lea Michele is talented. There's no doubt that she's talented. But should we all treat her as though the heavenly glow of musical theater and every other genre of music just shines out of her ass like Ryan Murphy? No! 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 So yeah, the bullying. There was the obvious fighting between the popular kids, the cheerleaders, and the Glee Club. Sue's monologue about the caste system and blurring the lines is actually pretty spot on, as is Emma's counterpoint. You look at Finn. The show shows this star football player who's soon to be the male lead of the Glee Club. You can tell by looking at him he doesn't like to be a bully. Granted, it doesn't happen until they throw the gay kid in the dumpster, and you see that sideways look at him, and he's looking down. But you can tell he doesn't really like what he's doing. He just feels like he has to, because this is the way that it's always been.
Oh, so it's okay to do something bad, providing you feel bad afterwards.
Look, it's hard to break out of herd mentality. Not that I've ever been in one.
Oh, well, if it's too hard to stand up against a herd mentality, it's better just to stay silent, right? You know, Selma was just released here in the cinemas, about standing up for what is right, even when it's hard, even when everyone's against you.
Is it too late to change partners?
So you were saying that if that's just the way things are, we should just accept it.
Of course not. And the argument I make is by having Glee Club and having Finn join, he breaks down the clique system and promotes tolerance.
Bullshit. They remain outcasts for most of the series. In fact, if I recall correctly, Kirk leaves school after being threatened by a jock. That's the problem with the series that this pilot episode emphasizes. This show does not tell you or show you how to deal with bullies. At all. One of the running themes is the Glee kids get splashed in the face with slushies. Why is the school allowing this? They pick on a kid in a wheelchair. Now, I knew a kid in high school in a wheelchair, and he was one of the biggest assholes you will ever meet. He was a massive bully who would get other people to pick on other kids for him. And I have no qualm saying I hope he's lying somewhere in a ditch.
Sweet Lucifer, that's cold. If you ever give up the DJing thing, we can always use more people like you in hell.
But the shy, quiet, nerdy guy in this show does not deserve to be attacked by jocks. I mean, there is parody, and then there's just insulting.
Ooh, you have a lot of pent-up anger, don't you? Look, you can't just get annoyed and angry with the silliness of the show.
But it's not silly. It's hateful. People in power abusing that power, students being physically harassed, cyberbullying, selfish vindictive behavior. Just because the show packaged it up with pretty colors and lots of nice songs doesn't mean there isn't an underlying problem here. The characters are either there to have bad things happen to them or be the cause of bad things to happen to others. Kurt is the best example of this.
Cough! Mini Ryan Murphy cough. Okay, here's the thing. Bullying was very prevalent at the time the show first aired, and Ryan Murphy wrote that. But with the way the rest of the Glee kids are treated, you're not sure if Kurt is being bullied because he's gay or Glee. It could go either way.
Well, not in the case of Kurt. This kid makes Ryan Evans in the High School Musical movies look like Orson Scott Card. But that's about the extent of his characterization. For a series that got so much praise for tackling bullying and other growing up homosexual issues, it sure wasn't shy about turning its primary LGBT character into one of the broadest caricatures since Roger Debris and the producers. I will say, though, that Chris Culver has a nice countertenor.
And what about those stereotypes? Rachel is power-hungry for stardom and is willing to lie to get it.
Yeah, fuck Rachel! Rachel Berry, the would-be drama queen. She plots and schemes and dreams of musical glory. When she lost a solo, she got her teacher fired. Sex abuse was her cover story. Rachel Berry, what an annoying brat. She's such a bore, and yet the writers adore her.
Yeah, fuck Rachel Berry! What? I can love the show and hate Rachel. And don't say I can't, because I can. And I do. Fuck Rachel Berry.
It was like they had a bingo card and they needed to fill every slot with an ethnicity and a quirk.
Ooh! Ooh! There's a story of a new TV show that was written by the guy who writes weird things. All of them had odd pretenses, not like this one, except everybody sings. There's the diva, the football player, sassy black chick, gay kid, wheelie, and a goth. All of them were in Glee Club, led by Schuster, and they were pretty.
Awful! No! You are not braiding bunch up this review. Stop trying to be quirky and adorable.
But I am quirky and adorable!
And you've changed your clothes again.
That point aside, kids.
He's being mean to me!
Both of you stop it right now or I'm turning this review around. Ugh, this really is hell. Okay, look, you're both very pretty.
But I'm prettier!
But how about now we try giving some positives for the show?
Ooh! They had one funny joke.
I'd like to take over Glee Club.
You want to captain the Titanic too?
I love the music! Okay, I love most of the music. Okay, here's the thing. Did Glee start out as a modge podge of old songs, new songs, Broadway, and every other genre possible? Yes, it did. It completely did. But did it eventually become a top 40s contest to see how many songs on iTunes it could sell in a single week? Yes, it did. It absolutely did. But in the beginning, it was different. You had, okay, and it still maintained it a little as time went on, but in the beginning, you had this fantastic modge podge of old and new and classic and rock and John Denver and all these other things, and I loved it. It was fantastic. I love the audition sequence because each of the songs very much describes the person singing the audition. It's fitted very well to their personality. Granted, it had Leah Michelle singing like my favorite song in the entire universe. But that aside, it was a really good sequence. And, okay, except for Artie. Artie's was annoying because of everybody. You didn't see his audition sequence. Why? Okay, it would later be corrected in the series finale, in the very last episode of the series. They would do a flashback to the pilot episode and you would see Artie's audition. It was Riding My Pony, for anybody who cares. And it was great, and I wish they would have kept it. I actually really enjoyed that part of the finale, but different story, different time. Anyway, the other songs that were included, they all suited the characters very well and gave us a good insight into what they would be and what they would be like. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't completely love their cover of Don't Stop Believin', because it was awesome. But I will confess in saying that I hate how kids these days, ew, I just said that, how kids these days think that a song is just from Glee. Although, to be honest, the show does introduce them to music they wouldn't have heard otherwise, unless they were at, like, a wedding or a bowling party. Possibly both at the same time. What, you guys don't have those where you are? Wow. Things are different in Pennsylvania.
The music was awful. Terrible cover after terrible cover. Oh god, and that auto-tune.
Okay, that I will completely agree with. These kids are talented, okay? They wouldn't be on the show if they weren't talented. So the constant use of autotune in practically every freaking song is pretty much bullshit. We want to hear their voices. That's why they're on the show. And as for the covers, well, like I said, a big thing about the show is making the money. They put out hundreds of songs, if not close to 1,000, over these 6 years. Now, they just found a relatively easy, cheap way to do that, and honestly, I like some of the covers better than the originals. Oh, shut up! It's true!
No one in this world would agree with you on that.
Yes, huh?
Nope, no one. There could be a second you, and you wouldn't even agree with you.
What was that about?
I'm terrified even to ask.
Hi, everyone!
Ah! What in the fresh hells is that?
This is me part 2. Her name is Ellie. This is me part 2.
Why do you hate me? It's because I deal with demons, isn't it?
She's here to agree with me.
Yes. About what?
About how Glee's done a bunch of versions of others. What are you looking at?
You wear this much.
Because it makes you look pretty. Shut up, you're supposed to be me.
Don't even look like myself.
That's because you're supposed to be me.
Does that mean I get to hold Colby?
You're not exactly me. Okay. She's here to agree with me.
Yeah. About what?
About how Glee's done a bunch of covers of songs that are actually better than the originals.
Oh, like Dream On.
Oh, and TikTok.
Somebody that I used to know.
Hey, soul sister.
Anything by Britney Spears.
Oh, except for
Hit me, baby, one more time.
because fuck Rachel Berry.
Total eclipse of the heart.
Alone.
We found love in a hopeless place.
My life would suck without you.
This is how we do it.
You raise me up. Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
No! I refuse to let anyone think that Glee is better than Queen.
They kinda are.
Diva, there is true evil happening right here in front of you. I demand that you stop it.
But she can't, because she knows we're right. Because Glee's done some amazing things, and you just can't stop it.
You can't stop a TV show as it sells a million songs. You can try to keep from singing too, but you know it just feels wrong. And you can try to stop me singing now, but I'll just keep going on. Cause the ratings, they keep rising up. And it's obvious we've not had enough. Cause Glee is a show everybody wants to watch. You can't stop the Glee. Ever since this whole show began, a woman found out if she sang it, she could shake up a man. So we're gonna keep on singing it as long as we can today. You can't stop the Glee.
Whoa. Did you honestly say that Glee did a better version of You Raise Me Up than Josh Groban?
No, I didn't, no.
Yeah, we're done.
It was David.
We're done.
He wrote it.
Done!
I moved it in! Ellie, fine! We didn't want you in New Directions anyway! So...
Totally worth it for that one shot. New Directions. Oh my god. Did Glee rip off One Direction?
Actually, this was aired in 2009. One Direction was formed in 2010.
Oh. Oh my god! Does that mean One Direction ripped off Glee? That's even worse!
You're even worse.
We will now hear closing arguments.
Glee is a travesty, an unfunny piece of media that promotes bullying and abuse, and throws some cover songs over it to try and make it slip under the radar. And the music isn't even that good to begin with. I have heard much better versions on YouTube with the exception of the last song, Don't Stop Believing. There is nothing I would willingly play as a DJ or on my own personal iPod. The jocks picking on gay kids, that could be considered a hate crime. Will walking past is a neglect of duty of care. And the misallocation of school funds, which is not in fact done by the principal, but by a school board, which is usually elected by members of the public. Meaning at the very least, this is fraud, at the very worst, this is embezzlement. The characters are all one-dimensional, and there is no redeemable factors about them at all. Outside of the show, the creator Ryan Murphy's behaviour on people who didn't want to have their songs played on Glee was absolutely disgusting. The fact that he stole someone's version as well and refused to give him royalties makes me want to punch him in the face. How this managed to go on for 6 seasons is beyond my comprehension and makes me almost lose faith in humanity. So in closing, I got this, guys. Just back me up here. Look inside your tiny mind. Now look a bit harder. 'Cause I'm so uninspired and so sick and tired of all that bullshit you harbor. So you say it's okay to use songs without asking permission. Then you just steal songs without thinking it's wrong. I think you got a malfunction.
Fuck you very, very much.
'Cause we hate what you do and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Do you get a kick out of stereotypes? Exploiting minorities, where are your priorities? The show has so many gripes.
Do you really think that this is entertainment? 'Cause it's not, I assure you, with all the things you do, with your plots and arrangements.
Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause we hate what you do and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Fuck you very, very much. 'Cause your words don't translate and it's getting quite late. So please don't stay in touch. Shut up! There's a reason I don't sing.
Yes, there is. Maribeth, your closing argument.
Okay, here it is. Glee is a good show. It's not a great show, but it started out with an awesome premise, and as a theater kid, we always kind of looked for those kindred spirits, the people who would just burst into song at a moment's notice.
Like you've been doing this whole review?
Hey, I didn't interrupt your anger, don't interrupt my fun. Shush! Anyway, the show is fun. It's gleeful. So many times I've watched episodes and just started bouncing on my couch because I was so excited about what they were doing.
Bastardizing good music and giving kids a poor role model?
Diva!
David, shut it.
The thing is, I do have to agree with a lot of what David said. I think the show walked a very, very fine line between comedy and tragedy. I don't think it ever really found its balance. It wanted to be a musical show, but there had to be lessons, and sometimes those lessons had to be super dark, and the dark ones turned into... It didn't always play it off well. The pilot, I think, was perfection in that it stayed true to what it wanted to be, and it would have made for, I don't know, like a great 2-hour movie. I think that would have been perfect. As a series, though, yeah, it got a bit hard to handle at times, especially as the characters became worse and worse and worse, fuck you, Rachel Berry, over the years. Then there was that awful, godforsaken Glee project thing, and, okay, but for where it began... Dude, it was awesome, okay? I don't think there can really be a clear answer of, was it a good show, was it a bad show? Shut up. No, there isn't. I'm grateful that it existed, at least in the beginning. I mean, sure, the characters were cookie cutter, the stories were over the top, and Sue Sylvester was one mustache twirl away from being a completely crazy supervillain. But... I did really, really like it. It gave us musical theater kids a place to call home every week and recast ourselves in the show knowing that we could do it better.
You would. Wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. Don't tell me not to sing, just sit and shut it. I love Glee and I can't get enough of it. Don't bring around TJ to rain on my parade. Don't tell me that they're dumb, I don't believe you. Mister, she was a role model, and not you! So don't you two go dare to rain on my parade! I sang my songs now, I proved I'm right. And if I'm wrong now, your turn to decide. Well, I gave it my best shot, and I really liked it a lot.
But whether you think it glorifies bullies, or never lets a story finish fully, or even tries to push its gay agenda more, I gotta tell you, you listen fella, these sounds are stellar, right sir? Ooh, Glee's juicy, and you see I gotta have my bite, sir. I can't help it, I've got to keep on singing. That's what Glee has taught me since the beginning. So DJ, take your cloud, don't rain on my parade. Kurt come himself. Tina, she hopped off the shelf. Artie finally kissed a girl. Mercedes took over the world. Finn brought them together and over again. Was Rachel Berry here I am. It was not perfect, but it was great. Nothing was left out. What can you say, sir? Go on, I double dare you. Hey, what? Oh, wait, did I just scare you? Get back into this world, 'cause Glee's not leaving. All you got to do is don't stop believing. Nobody is gonna rain on my
I think you're both making very good points. I will admit that I did enjoy Glee for about a season or so, until it became an unbearably jokey and self-referential parody of itself. It had its flaws with some irritating characters and misses in the humor department, but it had some real heart behind it as well. And I do have to give the creators credit for doing something that plays around with a lot of the usual teen drama tropes in an interesting way. But over the course of time, with the characters' flaws and quirks becoming even more exaggerated and annoying, the tongue-in-cheek style becoming too broad and obvious, and the musical numbers becoming even more self-consciously stylized, it lost its potential in a big hurry. And it became a lot harder to empathize with the characters as the series progressed, especially when they kept making the same stupid mistakes. So, in a way, you're both right. But I'm still bitter about the whole High School Musical thing, so Maribeth wins.
Wait, what?
Yeezies!
That's not fair!
Haven't you been paying attention? This ain't a song filled with praises for Glee. But I ain't an angel of grace and mercy. You tortured me with Disney and it took some time, but now I got my own back for that heinous crime. It's not fair, you keep on saying, but that's not the game I'm playing. Never been the way I run my show. It's not fair, what were you expecting anyway? This demon does everything her way. Sorry kid, that's just how these things go. And it's not fair.
I'm gonna be having gleeks pounding at my door, aren't I?
Probably. But hey, I had fun. I got to sing and make you miserable.
Well, at least my bosses will be happy.
Oh, so long as you all got what you wanted.
Damn straight.
Right.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about me. I'll just unpossess myself and... Oh. Oh, Satan, what did you eat last night? Oh! Is that a fish head?
Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, maybe that's for the best.
Don't worry, David. Just remember, don't stop believing!
Well, even if you're a Gleek or not, let us know in the comment section below what your favourite musical is. It could be a TV show, it could be a film, or it could be a musical production. Also, don't forget to subscribe to us for future installments of In My Sights. Now, if you guys will excuse me, I've got to get back to work. What are you still doing here?
We still need to be paid.
Oh, let me help you with that.
What now?
Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life.
If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps, just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And
always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life.
For life is quite absurd, and death the final word. You must always burst the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it at your last chance anyhow.
So always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show. Keep 'em laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you. And always.
And now the super amazing Indiegogo campaign video for the coins of MacGuffin.
David?
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm holding up my hand so that people can give me money.
You idiot. It's not how crowdfunding works.
It isn't?
No! You tell the nice people about our project.
Oh. The Coins of MacGuffin is an animated web series about two guys, Dave and John,
Voiced by us.
who are sent on a quest to retrieve the 25 coins of MacGuffin, 25 coins that were lost to the tribes of fandom. Along the way, they meet many friends and allies and use cards of power to help defeat the adversary and his many minions.
To show you that we know what we're talking about, let's watch the first episode right now, so you can see what your money will be funding.
Questbird, where people quest for fun.
Man, I wish we could go on a quest.
Yeah, it would be totally awesome on a quest.
You always see these schmoes who have absolutely no idea what they're doing. I mean, really, how hard is it to read a map?
Find a princess.
Not get caught in a trap.
Yeah, they are pretty stupid. So, want to get a pizza? I'm short about $4.
Hang on, let me check down the couch. I'm sure I had a few dollars down there. What the?
So, you wish to be chosen for the quests to end all quests.
Holy crap!
Kill it! Kill it!
Silence! As I was saying, are you ready to be chosen for the quest to end all quests? Is this not what you were wanting?
Well, we were...
Speaking out your ass?
Hey!
Oh, no, I see how it is. Oh, I want to go on a quest. Oh, I didn't mean now.
Hey! Shut up, Zordon.
I am not Zordon. I am Exposition, the one who knows all. Now put up or shut up, boys.
Fine, yes, we will go on your quest.
Good. Your task is to find these.
What are they?
The 25 coins of MacGuffin.
The what?
The coins of MacGuffin. 25 coins that have been lost to the world since the tribes of fandom broke up. You hold the first coin in your hand.
It says Watcher.
The first coin was that of the Watcher. Those who just appreciated all the fandoms that they did. You have 24 more to find. It will not be easy, and there are those that will try and stop you.
How are we gonna locate the others?
With this, the Tablet of MacGuffin.
Cool.
Does it have Facebook?
This is a source of unimaginable knowledge, a vital tool in your quest. And you ask if it has Facebook?
Does it?
Well, of course it does.
Sweet.
Good luck, boys. And may the plot always be convenient for you.
Now what?
What is that?
It says Uvian.
You mean the fandom of Adventure Time?
Looks like it.
I guess we press it.
Hello? I still need that $4. Hello?
Here, let me cover that.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy that pizza.
Oh, crap. I hate Hawaiian.
Wow, I sure would donate to that.
The animation is actually created by our good friend, David Rose.
Hello.
We'll be locking him in a cage and poking him with large sticks to ensure the animation is done in a timely manner. At least one episode per month.
Wait, what?
And if we don't reach our goal, we'll break his fingers. Because if we can't use them, nobody can.
I didn't agree to this. Please, someone, for the love of God, donate.
Ha 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 ha! See, he loves the idea. Now, you're probably wondering what's in it for you. Well, don't worry, selfish buttholes. We got you covered.
David. Stop insulting our donors.
Oh, right. Sorry.
We have a range of perks, from a simple thank you in the credits, sets of cards of power, all the way up to being a character in our show. You could join the likes such as DP, Jessica the cosplayer, and Avatar Will.
Plus, you have the opportunity to have your own fandom made into a card of power. Plus, you could own a set of the coins of MacGuffin themselves.
To ensure the best chance of being successfully funded, we are taking the 30 planned episodes and separating them into 3 seasons. This $40,000 campaign is to fund Season 1, which will be 10 episodes. If we go above that, we'll make Season 2. And if we get all the way up to Season 3, well, hot damn!
We also plan on using professional voice actors Tara Platt and Yuri Lowenthal, who have agreed to the project.
Okay, we'll be part of the coins of MacGuffin, okay? Now release our pet turtle.
Mr. Winkles!
It's gonna be okay.
We would also love to get more celebrities and professional voice actors involved in the project, but of course for that, we need money. So the more you donate, the more chances we have of getting Nathan Fillion on the show!
David, can't promise you'll get Nathan Fillion on the show.
Oh, John, that's for the lawyers to decide what I can and cannot say.
So please, donate, and let's make the Coins of MacGuffin the best animation ever.